Tell me, though, what's his technique? That last strike, it seems invincible.
Hello and welcome to Sons of the Dragon, the Immortal Iron Fist podcast. My name is Connor and Karl.
And I'm Karl Snow.
And today we are covering Powerman and Iron Fist 5, the 2016 run. And, new issue. Sorry, the episodes have been infrequent, but what can I say? Life sucks, so, yeah.
We're getting them done,
Yeah. So, yeah, has there been any Iron Fist news? I've been off the grid, so to speak, in terms of that.
Other than his character was, I believe, officially killed off in your favorite TV show you refused to watch.
Yeah.
And, like, the next day he was posting some Iron Fist stuff and how he's looking forward to it and how he sees the character as a challenge because you've got a spoiled rich kid billionaire but has spent the last 10 plus years in Kunlun learning Buddhism with, nothing.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean...
Thrown back in the situation where he still has his Buddhist training and his Kung Fu training, and he's in the big city, but now he has a humongous bankroll behind him, and he wants to see where the character's going to go with this.
I just hope we see vengeance-filled Danny. As I said, I'm really looking forward to David Wenham as Harold Meacham. It's probably the thing I'm looking forward to most, actually.
And one of the directors.
Yeah.
From Game of Thrones has apparently signed to do a couple of the episodes.
I did hear about that, and the episode I saw him do was like a really good battle episode, like had really good like fights and stuff, so that's good news. I think it's good news. It's probably good news.
And other than that, I think that's pretty much it on the whole Iron Fist thing. One of the things we've brought up several times is actually mentioned in the letter page of this issue.
Yes.
And that someone brought up the fact that Danny's been a bit of a goofy dumbass. And it is addressed that maybe, possibly, he's hiding something with the goofiness.
Yeah.
And we'll have to see what happens.
That being said, the goofiness is one thing, but the stupidity is another thing. Like, who pretends to be stupid to cope? Like, in the sense that Danny's doing it anyway. Like, I think a really good example of, in comics, of, like, a character doing a complete 180, from, like, brooding to, like, all happy-go-lucky, was, Mark Waid's Daredevil run back in, it was 2011 or 2013, one of those two.
I thought you were going to bring up the Captain America thing that just happened.
I don't read Cap, so, that thing, no.
which they've already squashed.
Classic Marvel. There with Daredevil, like, after, like, over 10 years, maybe even more, over 10 years, of being, like, really brooding, his life just gets continuously worse. Mark Waid did, like, a 180, and shifted the depression adventure ratio to the more adventure side. And that was a really good way of making someone happy-go-lucky, because, yeah, it's just really good. Whereas...
Was Mephisto involved?
No. Funnily enough, one of the best Daredevil stories has Mephisto in it, so...
Mephisto is a good character, and supposedly,
yes.
he also, segue,
Yeah.
he will be showing up in Netflix as a heavy. Where and what, who knows?
It was Defenders, wasn't it, rumored?
I believe so, yes, but you never know. He might show up first in season 2 of Jessica Jones, and it might carry over.
I'd love to see him in Daredevil. Like, I know people want to see Born Again, but what if they just go completely wacky, like that 80s run, and just like start literally putting like the devil in the show and stuff? I think that'd be great.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see a season 3 of Daredevil or a season 2 of Luke Cage or Iron Fist. I think we're going to get Iron Fist, Luke Cage, season 2 of Jessica Jones, and then straight to Defenders. However, now they're saying there's going to be a Punisher series.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider has been apparently done dealed. It is back in Marvel's hands, and the new Ghost Rider, the Hispanic kid with his disabled brother, so this is the Ghost Rider with the hot rod, are going to be in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. However, there's some rumors that the original Ghost Rider, whether it be Danny Ketch or Johnny Blaze, unknown, might be popping up possibly in the Punisher series on Netflix.
There's only one original Ghost Rider, and that's Johnny Blaze.
Yes, as many as people who actually read the books, the demons have all been different.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't know who Danny Ketch's demon is. I still haven't read since that whole. I'm still in that huge crossover because it's just doing my head in. Like,
and I refuse to mention the female Ghost Rider.
I only know her by name. Like, that's it. Yeah, so I think we'll get Daredevil season 3 because the demand seems pretty high. It's just like a matter of when, really. Because in Daredevil season 2 they set up so much for the future, and it was received like just as well as season 1. So
it'd be nice. I don't know. Maybe it would happen after Defenders, or just.
It would be after Defenders.
It wouldn't surprise me if all the oncoming stuff, the Luke Cage, the Iron Fist, and the Jessica Jones, are just crossover bonanzas. So technically, they're just extensions of everyone's seasons.
I'd hope that wouldn't be the case. What I'm assuming they'll do is make a Heroes for Hire series.
I don't see it because
really?
I mean, it's already become what it wasn't supposed to be. We were literally supposed to get 13 episodes of Daredevil, 13 episodes of Jessica Jones, 13 episodes of Luke, 13 episodes of Iron Fist. Boom, Defenders from now on. And that's already been thrown completely out the window. Because Daredevil hit and it went through the frickin' roof. And it should have. It was fantastic.
Yeah. I was under the impression that Defenders would be like a one-off thing and they get their seasons afterwards. And then maybe Defenders 2 at some point. I don't know.
I honestly think Defenders is almost going to become like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. thing. I think you're going to see everybody.
Could they really afford that, though?
I don't know. If you get paid for how many times you're in an episode, it's not like a locked-in thing.
I guess only time will tell, but hopefully we get more Daredevil, and obviously Iron Fist.
But there's rumors of Doctor Strange, for some reason, popping up in Iron Fist, not that it doesn't make sense, and Phil Coulson from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or at least the actor who plays him, showing up in there somehow, some way.
Well, we know Phil Coulson has said he wants to show up in Iron Fist before, and Doctor Strange, I really doubt it. That just sounds like another wishful thinking rumor.
I don't know, Cumberpatch is pretty cool.
I guess he's not like Scarlett Johansson. He's not afraid to go to TV, so.
Well, technically, he's still in TV. I mean, they're shooting Sherlock. Is it season 3 or season 4? I can't even remember.
Yeah, he's actually. You're right. He is a TV star. Most of the others aren't TV stars. So.
he's everywhere. When he's not doing TV or movies, he's doing frickin' Broadway and plays and musicals and...
Yeah. Well,
at crowds.
Hopefully we get more news soon. Well, when's Luke Cage will be dropping soon, won't it?
September.
That'll be good. Yeah, looking forward to that. I'm interested in it, that's for sure. Yeah, because I haven't read much Luke Cage.
I still gotta watch Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
I got a couple months. Just so I see where he's going to be coming from, so I'm not walking into it fresh, because, I mean, they obviously have already established somewhat of his character, so I gotta see what
they have. And from what I know, his backstory in Jessica Jones doesn't match with the comics. As in, like, it doesn't contradict the comics, I guess. It just adds stuff, and doesn't really cover stuff that was in the comics, but, like, yeah. I don't know. I haven't read, no, I have read Iron Fist, I haven't read, much Powerman, so... Yeah.
Hero for Hire.
Is it worth reading the first few issues of...
I think so. I enjoyed him. But in a nutshell, he was framed for a murder he didn't commit, and depending on some retro cons, he might have.
Of course.
Put in jail, was told if he would participate in a certain experiment, he would get time shaved off. Almost like a Suicide Squad thing. You know, do this for us and we'll start shaving time off your sentence.
Yeah, I knew all that much.
Did the experiment, along with a couple other, I believe, inmates. One of the inmates didn't like him, tried to kill him by pretty much locking him into the machine. The machine went a little overboard, giving him the superpowers. He busts out of jail, decides to clear his name. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
See, if you're trying to clear your name, busting out of jail isn't the best first step.
Well, that's also where Carl Lucas then became Luke Cage.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, should we get started?
Let's do this!
Alright, so Powerman and Iron Fist 5, and on the cover, we have, looks like Luke Cage looking surly, Iron Fist is putting up posters saying #PMIF all over a radio station. WH4H. Maybe you can explain it a bit better.
Well, that's pretty much it. He's saying there's a light up sign saying Yo Jimbo is on air. With the DJ in the background, it looks like he's yelling. Luke Cage is wearing an outfit that he's not wearing in the entire comic book, but Iron Fist is wearing his normal new fighting attire.
You really see Iron Fist butt.
It's high and tight. So then we go inside where the DJ is. This is earlier or later or has nothing to do with the cover. Again, Walker, Flavio, and Ranch working their magic. I pretty much think it's always been the same so far.
Wait, no Green?
No, Green is not listed.
Is they change artist?
Well, if they did, they have very similar styles.
Oh. You know, now that they do have similar styles. But yeah, I don't see Sanford Green listed.
Well, maybe he skipped an issue.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, he did just do the first arc, so...
Because it looks like him on the cover.
I mean, he could have done the cover.
Well, I don't see a signature anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, how many times have you run into that problem, though?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. So we're in the inside of the record studio.
Mm-hmm.
Or radio station, rather.
Record studio.
We're introduced to...
Old man.
We're introduced to Jimbo, who is the host of the Yo Jimbo show. And if anybody has any history in classic martial arts samurai films, Yo Jimbo is a classic.
How did I not pick up on that? Wow.
Also, I found it very interesting to bring up the letter page again that Walker, the writer, brought up that the first run was, the first story was now complete, and this is bringing us into a second story, and that the first story was a tribute to Rashomon, another famous samurai film. Yes, and I find it interesting that it's supposed to have been a spin on that, because it's not the vibe I got from it at all.
I haven't seen Rashomon. Have you seen it?
Of course I've seen it.
Okay, so is it like... Does it have anything similar?
Rashomon is a story. And I don't want to blow it because you all need to see it. It's a fantastic movie.
Okay.
It's a story that's told from, I believe, 4 different angles. 4 different people's version of the same story. And every single version is different.
Are you sure it's not this issue that he's talking about?
Oh, well, it is in the letter page.
Because it'd make more sense.
So it could be.
Because this is definitely from different points of view.
I think you may be correct, and I overlooked that altogether, thinking it was all of the issues. So yeah, this could be it. Because that's pretty much what this is.
Yeah.
Good catch. See, you're fresh and awake, and I should have been in bed an hour ago. This is what happens.
Actually, I had to set my alarm to get up to even record this. My sleeping pattern is so beyond broken. So, Yojimbo show.
And Jimbo is talking about that Powerman and Iron Fist are back in action. There's talk about them all over the web.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a video playing from a few weeks back. And it's everywhere. And it's a doozy.
Now there's a new video.
Well, now there's a new video. Because, of course, they're referring to the video that went down in the diner.
And
with Tarantula and was it Gorilla Man? What the hell was his actual name?
Oh, like them just brawling. Yeah, brawling with their D-list rogues gallery.
Right.
Yeah. I can't remember his name. Gorilla Man is good enough for me. No.
Because all I remember is Luke Cage calling him like Magilla Gorilla and everything like that.
Oh, we should give a shout out to Rebecca, who people who've been following the Facebook page probably know that she's been posting there now, news and stuff, but she pointed out to us that the Jessica Jones hate thing, I'll just get it up right now, because she answered a couple of questions we had about the first arc, which we kept bringing up because we were confused. So, one of them was that Jenny was indeed their secretary in the old Powerman and Iron Fist run.
Mm-hmm.
And the other point was about why Jessica Jones not hated Danny, but why her and Danny were sort of ambivalent towards each other. And wow, I just saw that Happy Father's Day post. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Where is it? Oh my god, there's been so much posting.
I think it's on the actual podcast.
Yes.
It wasn't Alias. What was it? It was that other thing.
Okay, so, yeah, it was The Pulse, which I've read, but I still didn't remember this particular part. And yeah, that explains why they don't trust each other for that time. Apparently they make up by the end, so there's no real current reason that they're...
Yes. Since Rebecca has always been on point with all of her info, and we put her onto the Facebook page, she's one of our moderators now, so we now pretty much have all the time zones covered between America, UK, and Australia. One of us will be up.
Yeah, no, that's true, actually. We just need...
We need what? Someone in California?
I was just going to say something stupid, don't worry.
Iceland. We need as many accents on this show as we possibly can get.
Yeah. Diversity.
That's right. And I'm sure we'll have her on a podcast sooner or later. Again, because of the time zone thing, it makes hooking up to record a doozy.
Probably the next solar eclipse on the Mayan calendar. Being Omen.
So, the new video, which is a doozy, which was posted less than 12 hours ago, it already has over 1 million views, has a guy. Okay, let me get this straight here.
Mm-hmm.
In case you don't recognize the guy in purple, the one that looks like the love child of Prince and Mr. T, that's Manslaughter Marsdale. And then we have the radio assistant, Karasawa.
Yeah, now I get that. She's the producer of the Yojimbo show.
And another dig towards samurai films. Famous director.
Yeah, Karasawa did a bunch of those. Seven Samurai, Yojimbo, Sanjuro, all that stuff. Which is all stuff you should watch if you haven't seen. Although I haven't seen Seven Samurai yet because it goes for like 1 million years.
It's smart.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I still have it. I'm just like, oh, do I want to spend 4 hours right now?
Hidden Fortress, which is supposedly what Star Wars is based on.
There was the formula, like the C-3PO and R2-D2 thing. It's like the formula of like they were like the two peasants in that movie, apparently. I think Mark Hamill was talking about it recently.
Well, Lucas actually admitted the whole C-3PO R2-D2 thing is based off the two numbnuts they have in that movie.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like they admit it. Yeah.
So she says there's a caller on line 1, and of course the DJ is like, "Hey caller, you're on the air. Yo Jimbo, what's up? I'm Ralphie Aaron, and I'm the guy who saw it all and recorded it." And we have caller number 1, the witness. It was mad crazy.
He looks like a kid.
Yeah, he looks like maybe 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Of course, he's recording it on his cell phone.
Yeah.
And Marsdale is...
What an awful age we live in.
Trading blows with both Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and he grabs a hot dog cart and hoists it over his head and throws it in the air, and Iron Fist kicks it out midair.
And he's exclaiming, "Wu-ta." Obviously in a different tone of voice to what I just did, because that would be quite lackluster, but yes.
He goes, and it was crazier from all the hot dogs flying all over the place, and Mr. Purple Pants, and he's corrected, Manslaughter Marsdale. Yeah, him. He's losing his mind like Kanye at an award show. Only you couldn't understand him because Iron Fist done knocked all his teeth out. He's like, hold on. We've got another caller on the line, too. And, of course, we have caller number 2, the wiki editor.
Yes, of course.
Yo, Jimbo, I believe you've been mistaken. And he basically is putting up his point that the hero Powerman is now someone else, and that Luke Cage gave up the moniker ages ago. And it's just a silly argument over that.
Yeah.
You know,
there's another Power Man, technically.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I like his response to that, actually.
You trippin', son. Luke Cage is and forever will be Power Man. Later for you. Click.
Completely agree with that. I don't like Victor. Does anyone like Victor? Jerk, like.
But pretty much it's, you'll always find one of those in a comic book store and get in an argument with them.
I haven't run into that yet, luckily.
You haven't run into the expert?
I mean, I live in Australia, I guess, so I don't even go that much, but yeah.
And then we're in some warehouse garage, and Danny apparently appears to be installing seatbelt material into a purple hover car with a giant fist with a lightning bolt behind it. And I think it's supposed to say you have like a Dodge car grill. I'm not sure, like a Dodge truck.
Your guess is mine.
Someone recorded the fight we had yesterday, and now it's gone viral. That's free publicity. And Luke Cage is coming in with a huge table up over his shoulder. Great, more free publicity.
Yeah, he's not happy.
I'm carrying all this heavy stuff by myself. Start channeling some of that chi of yours so we can get all this furniture moved in.
The feng shui.
And the DJ's talking in the background.
From the radio.
Can't we just enjoy the moment? We're getting love. People love us. Us, you and me.
Danny looks like one of those... if he wasn't a Hulk, if you just tinted Danny's skin green, he looks like one of the Hulks from Old Man Logan. That was like a crazy incest cannibal.
Now you've ruined it for everybody. Now they don't need Old Man Logan.
Well, that doesn't ruin anything because it's in like the first page or something. So, well, not first page, but first page that isn't a flashback.
And,
did you like Old Man Logan?
I like the original run. I haven't picked up any of the new stuff.
Oh god, I can't believe that they put Bendis in charge of that. And from what I understand, he's brought him into the main universe and stuff and all this stupid stuff. And it's like, well, what's the point of Old Man Logan if you move him to the main universe? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
It's the same thing they did with the Spider Girl and Spider Gwen. And
what's the deal with Gwenpool?
I don't know.
I wish Seinfeld would take a look at Marvel Comics and just talk about them. What's the deal with this? What's the deal with that? What's the deal with this? That's how
I guess Deadpool actually has a kid now.
That's good though. That Deadpool run where that happened was really good. I don't know how Gwenpool works because Deadpool's disfigured. It's like, hey, Gwen's popular, Deadpool's popular. Let's just do Gwenpool. I just really don't understand. And listeners, I'm not going to look it up because I'm lazy, I don't care, and I'm a jaded, bitter old man. So,
oh yeah, you're old.
if you think that, I don't know, if you want to educate me on Gwenpool, feel free, because I'm not going to do it myself. At least I admit it.
Post it in the comments on the Facebook page.
Yes, leave us emails.
Any type of message would be good. Any.
I got double billed on Podcast Garden, and I sent them a ticket about, and they still haven't responded. And I sent this ticket like 2 weeks ago. It's ridiculous.
Dirty.
Anyway, so
Luke Cage asks him, "What the hell are you doing?" He's like, "Installing seatbelts so you'll stop complaining." And we have the DJ in the background saying, "This is better than the time Bobby Brown reunited with New Edition." What do the rest of you think about the return of the true dynamic duo? We've got another caller on the line. And then we have caller number 3, the video star. And I guess I'll read this. He's of course missing teeth.
Yeah.
So it's now I almost spit my drink out when I was reading this about the DJ's response to this stuff. Yeah, man, this is Manslaughter Marcel. I heard you've been talking a lot of smack about me, and that ain't cool. I don't appreciate you saying I look like a love child on Mr. T and Prince, rest in peace. What can I say? I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain.
Oh.
That's from the DJ, and it's the start of Purple Rain, if you don't know, if you live under a rock for the last 30 years. You ain't funny. Well, then how funny you are when I come down there and kick your ass. Big talk for a man who got his teeth knocked out by Iron Fist. Can you say she sells seashells? I can't even say it. She sells seashells by the seashore. Bet you can. Yeah, I have Fist knocked out some teeth, so that's no thing. I'm Manslaughter Marcel. I don't feel pain. Which I don't understand with his whole don't feel pain, because he's got his head wrapped up, his eye wrapped up, and his entire forearm wrapped up.
It's so it heals faster.
And then later on, none of that's there.
Yeah.
And he's like, how about the humiliation? You feel that? Because I've watched this video 24 times, and well, I'm humiliated for you, player. That video ain't throwing the right whole thing. You feel me? Let me tell you what happened. And the DJ kicks up his feet, and he's like, this'll be good. how it all went down according to Manslaughter Marsdale. And we have Manslaughter buying a hot dog and the hot dog vendor with a smile on his face and mustard in his hand. You got it, Mr. Manslaughter, sir. Your usual, the jumbo frank with mustard and extra sauerkraut. Thank you, my man. You always do it right. And it's always a pleasure to see you, Mr. Manslaughter. You're a credit to the superpowered people who don't feel any pain. And then from out of nowhere, we have a foot lowering into the panel and Marsdale squeezing his hot dog to the point where it explodes. Hold it right there, sucker. Luke Cage, I ain't got no beef with you. The name's Powerman, turkey. And I'm here to bust you up. And Luke Cage is punching him dead in the face. Hot dogs hitting the ground.
And Iron Fist is sitting on a barrel.
Because there's barrels, just wooden barrels everywhere in New York City. That's right, show him who's boss, Power Man.
Where's his pom-poms?
And then we have the DJ interjecting, hold up, you telling me that Power Man, a member of the Avengers, jumped you for no reason? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sorry, bro, I can't hear that. Whoop, whoop. That's my dookie alarm going off. I'm not lying. Your story is kind of hard to swallow. Just like your teeth must have been hard to swallow. We're back in the office, and she's like, we got another caller on line 3. Well, we've got another caller on the line. Yo, Jimbo, listen, Manslaughter's lying to you. I was there. I saw everything. I'll tell you how it really went down.
And it's
Caller
the hot
number
dog
4,
guy.
the hot dog guy.
Yep.
And now we have the same scene, but a little different. Back at the hot dog cart, Manslaughter is screwing up the man's umbrella. Guy's got his hands in front of him praying, you can't keep shaking me down for protection money, Mr. Marsdale. I'm a small business operator. I can't afford it. Quit your yapping. And get me my money. And a hot dog with extra kraut before I bust you upside your head. And then we have Luke Cage flying in Superman style, minus the cape. In the next panel, dead at his face, going, hold it right there. Your thieving days are over. Oh, no, it's Power Man. I didn't know he could fly, says the hot dog vendor. And now we're back with DJ going, hold up, you're saying Power Man can fly now? Yes, sir, I saw it with my own eyes. And now we're back at the garage. Power Man can fly. This is all your fault. That's Luke.
Yeah.
What's all my fault? All this fiddle-faddle people actually listening to the show, and now they're going to think I can fly? What are you getting upset about? Because people can think you can fly. I wish people thought I could fly. That would be so cool. It's not that people will think I can fly. It's that you don't think things through. And when it all goes wrong, what are you talking about? How is this situation a result of me not thinking something through? Just don't, okay? I'm going to take care of this. And as Luke is marching out of the garage, and Luke also has his left leg wrapped.
Yeah.
Cool, I'm coming with you, as Danny throws his screwdriver in the air.
And it goes back to the Yojimbo show, and he's talking about that he's just announcing that they're talking about the return of his favorite crime-fighting team, Powerman and Iron Fist. And it seems some people that are now under the impression that Powerman can fly. And he's like, anyone seen Powerman fly? We're taking calls. And there's a knock on the door, and Kurosawa opens the door and goes, hey, we're on the air here. And then a giant behemoth, Sasquatch of a man, and Danny say, we figured you wouldn't believe it was us if we just called in. So now they're sitting in a booth.
Moments later, and what is up with the chin fuzz on Danny?
That Danny faces. He looks like a demon.
He kind of does.
He's like a hyena demon or something.
The DJ is in all his glory, looking like he's about to squee like a little girl. Y'all won't believe who just walked into the studio. None other than Iron Fist and Power Man. Gentlemen, thanks for stopping by. Danny throws on the headphones. Thanks for making time for us, Jimbo. We love the show. Luke is taking up the whole damn room. Most definitely, we heard you talking about us and figured we could come down and make sure all the listeners knew the score. back to the DJ. I know that I speak for a lot of people when I say that it's good to see you two back together again. My first question is for you. Powerman, can you fly? People say they saw you fly. Short answer, no. Let me explain what happened. It all started the other day. And Danny's got his hands held up like guilty as charged.
24 hours earlier, give or take a few hours.
Is that a picture of Moon Knight all the way to the right?
I don't think so. Looks like a girl. Oh. Dunno, you got me there.
So we go to 24 hours earlier.
Give or take.
And we have the, looks like the Fantastic Four flying pod car there. And Luke explaining, what is this thing? And Danny's like, fists held tight to his chest, screaming, it's a modified version of a Fantastic Four Fantastic car. I built it myself using instructions I found on the internet.
Reed Richards has got to be careful with his bloody research. He's leaving it on the internet.
We can call it the Power Fist Mobile. And Luke is like, okay, look, first of all, I can think of at least 3 reasons why Power Fist is a bad name for this thing. It's a great name. Maybe it's a great name in Kunlun, but we ain't in Kunlun.
Do you remember there was some alternate Marvel universe and there was a Power Fist?
Yes.
Yeah, and he was like, he was black, had Luke Cage's powers and stuff, but he also had the Iron Fist.
Well, it was Luke Cage's power. It was Luke Cage.
Oh, okay. And he just had the Iron Fist.
Danny died.
Oh. Because I don't remember what alternate universe it was in. I just remember that there was a Power Fist. Was it Exiles?
I don't even remember. Exiles went to so many different universes.
Why did they cancel X-Files? Exiles. Why isn't Exiles a series right now?
I don't know. It was interesting to say the least, but I think in that universe, Danny and Luke were best friends, doing their thing. Danny actually passed away, I think, and then Luke built or had Tony Stark build him like a mech suit to enhance him even further, so he had like a power fist punch.
I'm thinking of a different one. He has he doesn't have a mech suit. He has the dragon tattoo on his chest. I'll get it up and I'll put it in the show notes.
People lighting off firecrackers here.
Oh, that's what that is.
I live in the hood, but those aren't gunshots. Those are actual fireworks. Maybe. And so Danny's kind of disgusted, and he's like, fine, I'll call it the Fistmobile and leave you out.
It's even worse.
Of the fun. No power fist for you. Any other problems? Dude, there are no seatbelts. Never thought I'd see the day where Big Ben Unbreakable Luke Cage is worried about seatbelts. This thing got airbags?
So, Iron Fist says, okay, can I interrupt Jimbo? In all fairness, it's important to note that I have since installed seatbelts, and that before the seatbelts there was a safety bar.
A safety bar?
Yes, a safety bar.
And then we got them joyriding through the city, leaving a purple streak in their wake.
Yeah.
Danny's grinning ear to ear. Luke Cage looks like he's about to crap his drawers. Please, God, don't let me die. Not like this. Yes, this is so awesome.
I'm actually kind of impressed that Danny built a fantastic car. Even if he was following internet instructions.
True. What the dippity, the doo-dah dippity are you doing? Testing this baby out. And he looks like he banks a hard right, and Luke flies right out of the seat. And Danny's just like, uh-oh. And then we hear, yo, Jimbo, it's my turn to interrupt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have fallen out of the damn thing. I had seatbelts. We were flying like a maniac. Do you even have a license? I installed seatbelts. What more do you want from me?
Now they're just bickering on air, And Jessica Jones is listening at home, horrified, and she's like, "Did they not know that this thing is airing live?" And we have Danielle. Looks like she's about to drop a jug of water on her head.
Yep. With a plastic shovel poking it off the countertop.
Yeah.
Or as you would call it, the bench.
Well, wait, you call it a countertop?
That would be a countertop or
You're
a table.
weird. It's a bench, mate. Or a countertop. Ooh, look at me, drinking my cup of tea on my countertop. It's so complex for such a simple item, Carl.
I didn't make the damn names up. I just live in this freaking country.
You should leave.
If I ever win the lottery, I am.
Wait, where would you go?
I already told you where I go, and you didn't like the answer.
Oh, okay. Tell me again so I can not like it again.
New Zealand.
Oh, yeah, no, that's terrible.
There are a bunch of bastards over there.
Sheep lovers with your fish and chips. Oh. I'm sorry to any New Zealander listeners. Half sorry. No, I'm just gonna leave it. Let's go. I'm not racist.
So back to the DJ. He's like, so we attached. The two of you were out flying in the Power Fistmobile. Fistmobile. Got it. So, what happened next? And now we have Marsdale singing, I love me some hot dogs. You want to eat me up some hot dogs.
And the hot dog stand guy is, like, smiling.
Eat up this hot dog. And boom! Luke Cage takes out a corner of a building and a whole large hunk of asphalt, breaking the ground apart, shaking up Mr. Marsdale. My hot dog! As we see the pod car up in the upper right-hand corner.
Pod car. It's the Fistmobile.
The
Actually,
Fistmobile.
I didn't notice that, actually.
Cage, I don't know what you're thinking. What you're trying to pull. What happened? All I wanted was a blankety blank hot dog, Cage. No, not the cart, not the cart.
Iron Fist just kicks it.
Yeah, he throws the cart through the air. Iron Fist kicks it out of the air. You okay? I told you that thing needed seatbelts. Hold on, let me get this straight. This was all an accident, not some vendetta against Manslaughter Marsdale. Not you guys coming to the aid of some helpless hot dog vendor. Well, this is Danny now. Well, Manslaughter was shaking down a hot dog guy for possession of money, so you know, it all worked out. And then we have somebody sneaking into the soundstage through the door behind Kurosawa. And it turns out Manslaughter's been shaking down food carts vendors for months. Oh boy. And then Marsdale's in the studio. I told Jimbo to stop talking smack. I said he'd be sorry he messed with me.
So he's not good enough to shake down stores, like convenience stores. He has to shake down food carts. That's the bottom rung right there.
Oh, yeah. And so now we're looking at Danny and Jimbo and Luke. This guy must be a glutton for punishment. That's because he can't feel pain. We got to get you out of here, Jimbo. Marsdale comes crashing through the wall between the rooms. Don't mess with Manslaughter Marsdale. Fist, get everyone to safety. On it.
Then we get a great shot of Luke Cage just being punched in the face.
With them saying, I only wanted a hot dog.
He's just squashing his face.
And now we have Danny side-kicking Marsdale straight out the window with a kaya.
Yep.
This guy can't feel pain. Not a thing. Which means we can't just beat him into submission. Nope, we need a different plan. Rope-a-dope. They both say rope-a-dope. And now what we witness is basically the best game of duck and dodge. While Manslaughter is swinging his hardest, trying to knock their heads off their blocks, yet missing constantly, wasting just more and more energy, and finally he just collapses on the ground.
Danny looks like a ballerina in that one shot. And in the panel before, he looks like he's just hiding behind the stairs.
Yeah. And he's like, only wanted a hot dog. Boom.
And he falls flat on the ground. and everyone's like looking and taking photos and recording it, etc.
22 people all recording it.
And Luke Cage goes, I almost feel bad for him. Really? No, not at all. So,
Yo!
you just have like Marsdale's butt sticking up in the foreground.
Yo, that was off the hook. And Kurosawa says she recorded the whole thing, and the DJ's like, yeah, I got most of it too. Check it out. Awesome, more publicity. If Manslaughter thought he looked bad in the original video, sees this one. And then the next day,
he's just talking about the
holes everywhere. The glass, for some reason, is just taped back together.
Yeah.
And he's going about what all went down, that there's more than a dozen videos that have been uploaded about what happened, which one is your favorite. And then we cut back to Jessica Jones and Luke Cage's apartment, house, whatever it is. The DJ is saying, I honestly can't decide which I like best. And Jessica's like, this one's my favorite. It has the best angle of you, very sexy. I hate to admit it, but you and Danny really do work well together. And Luke's just like, say what now? And then we cut back to the garage. Danny's in all his glory with his Wolverine pork chops and his chin fuzz.
By the good book, you're right. He's a little Canuck.
And he's like, this is so awesome. I gotta remember that. And then we're back to the DJ going, but more than the videos, the thing I like best is that Powerman and Iron Fist are back, and the best is yet to come.
The end. So the art in that issue was very similar to the previous issues, but I think less exaggerated. It was more consistent. I'm not saying that's good or bad, I'm just observing different art. Yes, and next, Powerman and Iron Fist 6. And
ties into Civil War II, which unfortunately, from what I hear, is a hot mess.
I mean, Civil War 1 was a hot mess. Don't know why they thought Civil War 2 wouldn't be a hot mess.
I actually enjoyed Civil War 1.
I enjoyed all the Civil War 1 books besides the main book. I thought the main book was terrible, but like all those spin-offs, like Punisher, War Journal and stuff, they were great. They were really good. Anyway, I'm not going to start a Civil War podcast or something. So, what do you think of that issue?
Literally the best one yet, the most fun, the most like the older Powerman and Iron Fist issues.
Yeah.
Just great.
Completely agree. I loved it. Because, like, yeah, it had humor and stuff, and Danny was goofy, but, like, the story was a humorous story. Like, it suited it. It was the tone. I had a lot of fun reading it. I loved the different perspectives. I thought it was a great issue. It was funny. Yeah, it was good. Like, if the whole series was like this, I wouldn't mind. You know, because it's it's just when they're trying to mix, like, you know, it's just when Danny's being stupid, it bugs me, or, you know, I'm bored, but yeah, I think this is way better than the past 4 issues.
Oh, by far.
And I'm actually excited to, like, continue reading now, whereas I wasn't before. But now I'm just
gonna say it to piss a lot of people off. This is what should have been the first issue.
Yeah. I completely agree.
This would have hooked everyone. Not that this issue, this run so far has not been getting a lot of attention. But, oh my god, if this was the first issue, people would have lost their damn minds.
Yeah. And this is actually, it's also very reminiscent of a Daredevil issue back in the 90s. Daredevil 359, The Long Night. That's when Karen was a radio host, and like all these people were calling in, talking about how Daredevil was like beating up these thugs, and they had like, you know, different artists and stuff. Daredevil looks like a devil in one of them, or like some people think he's like a giant insect that preys on criminals. So it reminded me a lot of that issue, which I really enjoyed as well. So I guess even more points from me. I'll put that in the show notes. Yeah, no, I really like this issue. There's not much else to say. It was funny. it was good. It was like none of it felt forced or anything. Like all the banter was really good. Yeah.
And
Like
the funniest thing is it technically really didn't have a lot of action. You had like 2 pages at the end.
Oh, there was action throughout it because of the different recaps. I think. Like all the different versions of them beating up Manslaughter Marcel at the hot dog stand.
Yeah, but you never really saw any of the actual beating up.
True.
You always saw like the fight starting. You saw the hot dog cart get kicked and the fight about to go down or a first punch being landed and then it was over.
Yeah. But
strong issue on all points.
Yeah, big fan. I don't really have any complaints about the issue. Except maybe Danny's hyena face, but that's about it. And that's a pretty minor complaint, so... Yeah, I liked it.
Good stuff.
Highlight of the issue is probably Luke Cage falling out of the Fistmobile. Alright, yeah, I guess that's all we have to say about it. It's good. If you haven't liked the series so far, I definitely recommend picking it up. It is reminiscent of like some of the funnier issues in the old Powerman and Iron Fist. Yeah, I have no problem. And you do not need to read the first 4 issues to read this.
Nope, not at all.
So if you didn't like the first issue or second issue, don't bother reading the rest of that arc. Just pick up this issue and go from here because, yeah, this is like you can just jump right into this. So,
good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. So, hopefully we'll get an episode out next week or in the next 2 weeks. We should be able to, unless something goes horribly wrong, which is happening a lot lately. So, but yeah, and hopefully the next thing we will be covering is that Iron Fist 11.
Yes.
Back to the 70s.
With the Wrecking Crew.
Yep. Alright, well, yes, do you have anything else to add?
No, that's it.
Alright, well, until next time, may your scrappy sideburns and goatee empower your fists of iron.
With all that fiddle-faddle.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace. Later.
Iron Fist and all other characters in these comics are properties of Marvel and Disney, and any music or images we use belong to their respective copyright holders, and we do this for fun, so please don't sue us. You can contact us at sonsofthedragonpodcast@gmail.com. Just send us mail, comments, thoughts, send us anything you want really, even if it's not about Iron Fist. And if you don't want it read out on the air, just mention that. You can also reach us at Facebook, the Immortal Iron Fist Podcast, Sons of the Dragon, our Twitter, at Iron Fist Podcast, our SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Sons of the Dragon with hyphens where the spaces are, our YouTube, Connor and Karl, just search Iron Fist Podcast on YouTube and you'll find us real quick. And then there's our WordPress, Sons of the Dragon, the Immortal Iron Fist Podcast.wordpress.com. We are also on iTunes, feel free to rate us there. If you rate us less than 5 stars, well, just tell us what we're doing wrong and we'll try and improve that. And last but not least, we are on Podcast Garden in the literature section. And thanks to Thomas Tissot for the theme song at the start, and thanks.